The moon landing, when America reached the stars. One small step that changed history. On a quiet summer night in 1969, the whole world sat by their televisions, holding their breath. Children stayed awake long past bedtime. Families crowded around tiny screens, and millions of eyes all stared at the moon. Because on that night, for the first time in history, humans would walk on its surface. The race to the moon. Just a few years earlier, in 1961, American President John F. Kennedy made a bold promise. We choose to go to the moon, not because it is easy, but because it is hard. The world was in the middle of the space race. America and the Soviet Union both wanted to be first, to be the nation that reached the stars. And so, scientists, engineers, and astronauts worked day and night. For 8 years, they built rockets, trained crews, and studied the unknown. Failure wasn't an option. The launch of Apollo 11 on July 16, 1969, from Cape Kennedy, Florida, the giant Saturn V rocket roared to life. Inside were 3 brave men, Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins. They left Earth behind and traveled 384,000 kilometers through the darkness of space. The first steps. 4 days later, on July 20th, 1969, the Eagle lunar module detached from the main spacecraft. Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin prepared to land. The world listened as Armstrong's voice crackled through the radio. Houston, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed. The room erupted in cheers. And then, as millions watched, Armstrong climbed down the ladder, placed 1 foot on the moon's surface, and said words that would live forever. That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. Buzz Aldrin soon followed. Together, they planted the American flag, collected moon rocks, and left behind a plaque that read, "We came in peace for all mankind." The journey home. After spending just a few short hours on the moon, they returned to their ship, rejoined Michael Collins, who had waited in orbit, and made the journey back to Earth. On July 24, 1969, they splashed down safely in the Pacific Ocean. They had done it. America had touched the moon. It started with a promise, then became a mission, and ended with footsteps in a place where none had stood before. Sometimes the impossible is just waiting for someone brave enough to try.